From Las Vegas, this is the Sports Adrenaline Show. The Vegas Golden Knights ready to open up their second NHL season. They take on the Flyers at home on Thursday night. The Raiders pull out their first victory of the season over Cleveland. Are there more wins on the way? The Raiders at the Chargers this Sunday. UNLV quarterback Armani Rogers is out for 6 weeks with a turf toe injury. Everything good, guys?
Not laughing at Armani.
Just eating a donut.
He's over here chomping on donuts while you're talking.
It's all good.
Your daughter grabbed one, Matt.
Yeah.
Max Gillum,
Saw how
Max
good they were.
Gillum bring some balance to the UNLV offense as they take on the University of New Mexico on Saturday. The Vegas Lights, we've got some news. We've got McGregor-Khabib, a big UFC fight weekend. Tony Cardasco, John Castanino, Matt Gutierrez is here, and Haley Brooks. We are brought to you by our good friends, Michael Westra, Allstate. Call 702-435-4211, 435-4211. Why do I mess up that number? I did that last week, didn't I?
435-4211. Hey, they're great people over there. I say it like every time, right? You know, because
Yeah.
we have to mention our great sponsors. But they really are. They're great people. If you have an insurance need, like seriously, they're going to treat you like family. They will take care of you. And if you do have a claim, they won't just say call the 800 number. No, they'll walk you through it and take care of you.
Okay, and then also brought to you by The Pint at Charleston and Wallapai. And those are some really good friends, and they're coming out with that really cool beer that has a very long name that we won't quite get to, but we can take a look at their commercial. Can we do that?
It's a Golden Knights beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can watch their ad for sure.
All
I'm
right.
sure everybody's going to want to see this too.
Yeah, let's take a look at the ad for The Pint.
Drink, dine, and play at the Pint during the pro football season. Join us all day Sunday plus Monday and Thursday nights as we serve up the best specials on the west side. $2 all-beef hot dogs, $3 beers from locally made Bad Beat Brewing, $15 buckets of Bud Light, and sound for every Raider game. Our carefully crafted menu and loose slots create a locals atmosphere you'll love, plus awesome parties during every Golden Knights game. The Pint, located at 9941 West Charleston near Wallapai. The Pint, your premier neighborhood bar.
And yes, definitely get by The Pint. And we'll be talking to The Pint, right? On the,
You're on your phone. What's going on?
yes, we'll be talking to our good friends from The Pint on the air.
We will, yeah, Saturday.
On CBS Sports 1140 this Saturday morning. And we'll learn more about that beer. I was just trying to look up the name of the beer.
Oh,
Anyway.
yeah, I'll look it up.
Anyway, we are going to be checking out your Facebook questions with Haley's comments. And we know, guys, that today is October the 3rd, and on Wednesdays, we wear pink. Hashtag Mean Girls Day. And the next October the 3rd,
Still a thing? Are
Haley
we
Brooks?
still on that?
Everywhere today.
Haley, the
Everywhere
next
today.
October the 3rd will
One
not
stitch of
land
pink
on
in this
it won't land on a Wednesday until 2029.
Wow.
So how are you celebrating this occasion
I
today?
forgot to wear pink today.
What do you have going on behind you? Haley's getting emails during the show and all sorts of
No,
business
that's
stuff.
what Facebook looks like
No, it doesn't.
on a really slow computer.
Oh, on a slow computer.
I'm catching up. Luckily, I have a phone.
Yeah, that
But,
looks good though. Just
yeah.
fake it till you make it,
Yeah.
you know. So
Yeah.
what is this Mean Girls thing all about? You know, where does that lie in the movie again? I'm so confused. I tagged you and of course our engineer Sonia Schlobaum today. You didn't reply to the tweet. It's all good. She gave
No,
me the
I didn't
Heisman.
tweet.
It's all good. It's good.
I thought we were talking
I'm
about
completely
sports.
checked out of this
Yeah, I
conversation.
talk
thought
about
we were
it.
talking
Golden
about
Knights?
sports. Tomorrow's the Golden
Moving
Knights'
on.
first game.
Okay, so the next Wednesday, October the 3rd, 2029. So we won't have this
Put it in
occasion
my calendar.
for a few years, 11 years from today. So let's start off in the knighthood. So the Golden Knights, the Flyers, they will face off to start VGK's second season in the league on Thursday night. It happens at T-Mobile. The Golden Knights will walk the gold carpet as they head into the arena before they drop the puck on their sophomore season. The Golden Knights will unveil two banners. They'll hang from the rafters, the Pacific Division champions and the Western Conference champions. Those banners will be hanging from the rafters for the 2017-2018 season. Should be a real electric night at T-Mobile
No
with all those
question.
festivities.
No question. I was at the gold carpet. Last year, obviously, there was a kind of a shroud around it considering the shooting in October 1st. And that was a lot of the questions that we asked the players, you know, just being out in front of the fans. A lot of people were looking at that team for the home opener last year. But this vibe's going to be different. And you think about crowd size, I mean, what are we going to have out there? You know, it starts at 3:30, so it And you don't need a ticket to go out there. You can just go and hang out on the gold carpet if you want. But, I mean, 5,000 early, maybe 10,000.
Oh, at
by
least
the
you're going to
time-
have 18,000 people in the building for the game. So you have to figure at the very least half of them are going to be out there early on, just gearing up for it. And would they average 17.5 for each preseason game? For preseason, all the players talked about the atmosphere out there during preseason, and they're all extremely excited, really looking forward to getting into this.
That's it. That's it.
opening game.
Oh, shoot. I'm wrecking my mic.
Yeah.
Oh,
here we
I
go.
clipped it.
Here we go.
Oh, you know,
Sorry,
John,
Rich. Rich
you
is going
should
to yell
not.
at me.
You should not be wearing.
I'm
This is
taking
what
it
this
off.
is what happens when you wear
Jersey.
Cubs
Take
That's
your
what
gear.
happens.
jersey
He's
off.
cursed, like the
over.
Cubbies. Like the
over it.
Cubbies, you are cursed.
I'm
You're
over
cursed.
it.
Okay.
I'm over it. I'm over it. Fine.
He's
This
eating
is taking
donuts on his
forever.
set.
Fine. Fine.
I don't even know why
Okay,
you
I'll
button
fix
the damn
the-
thing.
I don't know why either. But I'm
Okay.
fine. My
And he's the
microphone's
TV guy.
whole
He's the
deal.
TV guy. Okay, so
Over.
the Golden Knights have some changes on opening day compared to a year ago.
Fly
so
the L. Fly
we've
the
got
L.
Oh man.
Oh.
Kidding. I'm kidding. Love the Cubs.
we have
They'll be
no
back next
Nate Schmidt, right? Suspended for 20 games.
Right.
There's some changes in the offseason. The additions: Patches, Max Pacioretty, and Paul Stasny. So they're paired on the second line. Nick
50
Holden,
goals or so.
perhaps. Among the losses, James Neal, right? David Perron. I think Perron's absence is going to hurt some. He was
No.
a leader in assists with 50 a season ago.
That second line is so much better this year, and the second line was really good
to be
last
seen.
year.
To be seen.
This line is going to be better, especially offensively. This is going to be a better line. Actually, Rich, if you want to jump into the Riley Smith video, ask Riley Smith about that, about having
Today?
a better
Practice?
line. Yeah, practice today. We were out there, and it was media day, so had a handful of players available to talk to everybody. We talked to Gallant, we talked to McPhee, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But here's Riley Smith talking about this season coming up.
Riley, as good as the second line was last year, this year's second line looks like it could be better offensively as far as scoring goals. Do you guys have like a bit of a friendly rivalry? Do you think they can push you guys a little bit to be better on that top line?
I think every line is going to push each other. That's a great thing about this team is the parity in our lineup. I think that gave a lot of teams fits last year playing against us, and having four lines of roles when we're at our best and having the most success. So, we don't like to number lines, but it'll be great for all four lines to push each other as well as all the D to push each other to play a little bit more, have more minutes, and special teams as well.
For a few minutes, the Flyers were
Yeah, so, I mean, that's what this team is about, is depth. Like he said, rolling four lines. I do think that this second line, if you can't number lines around these guys, or especially around Gallant. He doesn't like to number the lines, but that Stasny, Pacioretty, Howla line, I think you take Howla, who was the center for that line, along with Neal and Perron, you move him to the wing.
to the wing, yeah.
You bring in Stasny, who's a better center than Howla, and you bring in Pacioretty, who's a better scorer than any of them. You have to get that's more production right off the bat. In my opinion.
I liked what Turk said today. He said Howla wants to play center, right? But should be very happy where he's at right now. On that line.
Well, if you're
I like that. It was like saying, okay, you're on the team and you're part of this team and you're on that unbelievable line.
Well, here's the thing. If you're Eric Howla, do you want to play third line center or do you want to play second line winger? You want to be
winger,
second line
absolutely.
winger. I mean, that's
Right.
he's not going to take Stasny's spot on that center position in the second line. He's definitely not going to take Carlson's spot on that top line. So, yeah, be happy that you're on that second line. Otherwise, your option is drop down to the third line maybe. Then where does Eakin go? You're not taking Belmar's spot on the fourth line. I mean, it's a good problem to have. They've got a lot of depth.
Here's my take. I went to every home preseason game, and the level of skill that Stasny and Pacioretty have compared to what we saw just from this team as a whole last season, they really are a step above. And I'm not just saying hyperbole. I'm saying the way that Pacioretty passes the puck, he has sight lines, and he can fit the puck in places that you're just like, huh? And Stasny, the same deal. So, while James Neal was he was one of the more agile, probably the most agile player on the team last season. Now you're replacing him with two players of the same caliber, just the way that they move the puck. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it. It looks so much cleaner and crisper out there. And that's something that we talked about last season. Tampa Bay, very clean, very crisp
Yeah,
team,
yeah,
right?
definitely.
When we saw them play. And the Golden Knights, they can get sloppy at times. they're much more polished with these two in the lineup than they are without.
This is what we mentioned at the end of last season. Yeah, 109 points is lofty expectations. Maybe they don't get to that point, but we all assume that this would be a more talented team on the ice, player for player, than what we saw last season. And I think that's what we have now. I think that overall this will be a more talented team. 109 points is that's tough to get to no matter how good your team is.
Yeah.
Not everybody gets that high. So maybe they don't quite get to 109, but I think it's a more talented team. I think this is still a playoff team, and they're going to compete for the Pacific title as well as the Western Conference
The
title.
over-under was like 97 and a half.
You
Went
gotta
up to
take the over.
101 and a half.
It's ballooned.
Yeah, you got to take
It's
the
gotta-
over 97
I'll
and a
take
half. I
the-
mean,
yeah, I'd take the under 101.5.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Is that
That's
a radio station?
I
should
think
have
they're-
bet it sooner.
I think they're a 100-point team.
yeah.
I really do.
I think if you're looking at it from strictly a money perspective, I mean,
Right.
as a fan, you're like over. But from a money perspective, I'd say that's too high a number.
Yeah,
to try to go
especially
above
since
that.
the entire-
That's still 45 wins,
The
101
entire
points.
Pacific Division is stronger,
45 wins plus, yeah.
right? Pacific Division stronger,
Mm-hmm.
Western Conference is stronger. I think it's going to be a tough go. I'm not saying that they won't get to the 100-point mark, but it's going to be insane. It's going to be very competitive.
I think it's Sharks and Knights in the Pacific. I think those are the two top teams. I think that's who you're gonna end up seeing fighting for that Pacific Championship down the stretch.
Also, we understand. So heading into the opener, Alex Tuck is out, right? Undisclosed injury, lower extremities.
Lower body. We talked to McPhee
Okay.
today. We fight
Oh,
Gallant.
so you got some information.
So-
When I
About
backtrack
Ethan.
a little bit,
Yes.
Gallant
So
had a press
yesterday.
conference yesterday.
Yes.
And so don't trust anything that Gerard Gallant says when it concerns injuries.
No,
We should know this by now.
team plays everything
He's
very
just going
close
to
to the
lie.
vest.
Yeah, he's
So
just
what
going
did
to
he
lie.
say?
And,
So what
and
did
I
he
mean,
say?
that's
I
what he
missed
He
should
said
do.
yesterday. He said we asked him point blank, where's Alex Tuck at in his recovery, and he said, you know what, he's day to day. Said, is he going on the IR? No, he's not going on the IR.
Oh, and today was
That was
the
tweeted
IR.
out. It was
Right.
3 hours later.
He was placed, on, the
IR.
I saw he was placed on the IR. I didn't know
Gallant
all
would
that.
only say it's not his head. Is it upper or lower body? It's not his head. That's all he would say. Wouldn't tell us where it
Well,
was
what
at.
about Cody Eakin?
Get to Eakin in a sec, but McPhee today did say that both Eakin and Tuck are week to week, not day to day, and that it is lower
What does that
body
mean?
with Alex Tuck.
Help me out here.
It just means that it's not something that they're going to miss one game, maybe 2 games, they'll be back.
I
This
have
is
an
more
issue
of
with
a
hockey. I do. I have an issue with them.
the way they
not
do
releasing
injuries
it
is
as-
obnoxious. It's
We're going to
extremely
start
frustrating.
again already. Like just griping about that.
We talked to Cody Eakin today in the locker room. He's been on the ice. He's wearing the powder blue jersey, which is their version of the non-contact jersey.
So it's like the yellow jersey in football.
Yellow jersey or red
But
jersey.
the
yeah.
powder blue might be the good third option for a jersey.
It'll never be the third option, but nonetheless, he's wearing the powder blue. We did ask him. He said that yeah, he's week to week, but he's feeling better. He's out on the ice practicing. I asked him if he has his own personal timetable for when he's going to return. He said, yeah, we have a number when we want to be back, and we're going to do everything we can to get there. So I still don't know what's wrong with Cody either, but he's out there practicing and he looks good on the ice. So it can't be anything too serious with Eakin.
So I don't think, here's another factor that went into last season. I think a lot of teams came to Vegas for the first time as a team and just got obliterated. They got loaded the night before. We saw Ovechkin and SDK and all
Well,
that.
he always gets obliterated. That
He's
doesn't-
probably
This is
drunk
true.
right now in the
Yeah,
middle of
yeah.
their game.
Yeah, that's true.
They were up
Between
5-0
periods.
last I looked.
7-0 they won.
There you go.
Wow.
Biggest win for a defending Stanley Cup champ in the first game of the season.
Doesn't
something
mean
like that.
anything.
Doesn't
Right.
matter.
But they're not going to deal with that, I don't think, as much this year. I think teams are going to have to come through here, be more professional and businesslike, right, when they come through. And I don't think teams are going to stay on the strip. I think that could be a big factor. I really do.
I don't think
a lot
that
of teams
matters.
came here and thinking they were on vacation.
I think
last
it's
year.
you've now scouted the team a couple times. Everybody's played them a little bit. They're going to play the same style, which is fast, right? They're going to try to outskate you. I think it's not where they stay on the strip, Tony. I think it's the fact that they now know, after playing the Golden Knights, what they're up against, and the fact that they've had that amazing season last year. I think they're going to bring a little bit more serious game to the table.
Well, I think everybody knew that by January last year, and it didn't seem to matter. This was still one of the better home teams in the second half of the
I
season.
argue with you. I mean, I think everybody, and still now, there's still that tinge of flukiness. It was a fluke. And last year, you can think in the back of your mind, while it might not be your primary thought, I'm sure there were teams that came in here and said, who are these guys?
Right,
You know,
right. But I didn't think it was as much of a fluke as all the pieces just fell together.
Well, that too.
And look at the schedule at the start of the season. Whereas they played the one home game, like the one road game, right, at Dallas, and then they came home.
They played
had
two.
a homestand or 2 games on the road.
Dallas and Arizona.
Right,
before they came home.
Arizona. We don't count Arizona. And then
Not
they
many
came
do.
home, right? They had a decent sized homestand this year. They open up here at home, then they go on the road for what? 4 games?
5.
5.
5-game road trip.
Yeah. So
East Coast swing. They've
Well,
got.
there it is, the
They've
top-
got Washington,
Washington.
They've got Pittsburgh.
Right.
They've got Philly. They've
right, a
got
lot fell
Buffalo.
into place last year.
Who am I missing? One other one out there.
The Wild. Yeah, you said the
If
Wild.
you're new to
Minnesota,
the show, Tony Cordasco is the negative one out of all of us. So he's
I'm
going
the
to say,
realistic one.
Well,
I'm the
here's going to
realist.
say-
I'm the realist.
No, you're not, because you were
I
wrong
was right.
last
I
year.
said they would not win the Stanley Cup for crying out
Oh,
loud.
Oh,
We knew
well,
that.
you also said they
I
were
said
going to
they'd
beat the
fall apart.
Kings, the
That's okay.
Sharks. Jets.
I will take under 101 points. I'll take under 97
Here's the thing
How
lost
is
in
it
all of
97
that.
predict
points?
not to win the Stanley Cup.
They'll finish with 96 and a half points.
Here's the thing lost in all of that. This is a good team. Okay, it doesn't matter about Vegas flu, blah, blah, blah. This is a good team with a very legitimate home ice advantage because of the way T-Mobile is. That atmosphere there is, the players talk about it. It is like no other atmosphere in the NHL. They have a legitimate home ice advantage with a very good hockey team. That in and of itself is enough to win the majority of your home games.
Mm-hmm. So Matt, who else did you talk to today?
We talked to. Let's talk to the goalie. Let's talk to Marc-Andre Fleury. Just asked. I wanted to kind of get the feel for the difference in coming into this season having been settled now. You're not moving anymore. You don't have to worry about trying to figure out your teammates and your locker room and your home and all that. So we talked to Fleury, we talked to Marchessault, and we talked to Pierre-Edouard Bellemare. So we'll go to Fleury first and see what he has to say.
Marc-Andre, can you just talk about how much, maybe, I don't know if easier is the right word, but how much easier it's been to just kind of get into this season versus last season with the transition, everybody moving into the city, trying to learn your teammates, all of that?
Yeah, I guess it was easier, right? We all knew each other, right? And obviously we got a few new guys coming in, but they're all good guys, easy to get along with, so they fit right in. And I don't know, it's been good. It feels we can enjoy camp a bit more, relax a bit more, and yeah, it was okay.
How are the new guys getting accustomed to being part of this team, being in this locker room? It's such a great group of guys.
It's been good, like I said, they're good guys, easy to get along with, and I think they're just part of the team already. They're very fitting, and they're good players on the ice also, and yeah, should be a lot of fun to play out together.
Here we go, Thursday night. It's for real. Nerves, anxiousness, just ready to get the season started.
Oh, ready to get going. It feels like we just stopped playing, but still feels like it's time to go, right? Like enough practices and preseason games. I think it'll be fun to get the real games going, and maybe a little nervousness maybe right before the game, but not yet.
Yeah,
Hey.
That's one goalie I don't want to see standing on his head, because if he did that, he'd get another concussion.
Haley, before we go to Marchessault, we're blowing up over here on comments. What do you got for us?
Haley's comments.
Yeah, we got.
Hey, you got some video.
chatting.
Oh, there we go.
I know.
We're
There
right
we
behind you.
are. There we are. All right, so we're chit-chatting away, and you know what? This is really
It's
cool.
your phone.
Yep. You know what?
Back to the desk.
Whatever. Yep.
Come on, I can read it. I can read one comment. Matt Evans says,
There we
he's
go.
Skip Bayless, always
Yeah.
talking nonsense. Clearly we know who that is. It's
Who's
Haley.
that?
No.
That's you.
Is that Haley?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Tony
totally.
C.
That's
TC.
exactly what.
He's Skip
That's
Bayless.
exactly what I am.
Tiffany with a great comment. GM knows how to put a team together.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah, well,
Doesn't
All right,
doubt.
got it.
Yes.
First of all, that's John's wife, so you're
Okay.
playing
What?
favorites over there.
That's why it's a great comment.
All right.
Are you up and running now?
Are you-
I'm up and
All right,
running.
here we
All
go.
right.
Got
Here we
this.
go.
Haley's comments.
All right,
Haley's
so
comments, ladies and
Kristen,
gentlemen.
I'm going to butcher her last name. It's like Leo Podevin.
Okay.
Leah Podivan. She says, "Hey guys, I'm so glad to have Patch this year. It's better for him as well. He's a somebody now, not just a face on the ice or one face on the ice." Jeff Bassing said NBC ranked VGK number 9. Number 9 seems low on the power rank. Rihanna D said they ranked VGK last year too. Last year too. And Matt Evans also wants to know, who's Tony's team? Winnipeg?
No. I am a VGK.
Michael Wynn would
I'm
chime
a
in and say
VGK
otherwise.
fan, but not in the press box.
You're a VGK hater. Let's be real.
No.
Yep.
Like
Thank
when
you,
I'm
Haley.
when I'm in the press box, I'm not going to publicly root for the team, because that's against everything.
It's against
There's-
journalism as a whole,
Yes.
right?
It's
Yes,
one
you're
thing
not
to
going to see me
actively
tweeting
cheer.
out "Go Knights, go" from the press box.
It's one thing
Crying
to
out loud.
actively cheer from the press box.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
another team. It's another thing to root for
I mean,
the team.
these guys
to
are
hope
wearing
that
their
the team does well.
They're wearing their jerseys, the Golden Knights jerseys in the press box.
I
You had pom poms last year.
I
one
can
time.
witness that I have not seen anybody wear a jersey in the press box. Thank you, Tony.
So, you also spoke to our guy Belmar, right?
We talked to Pierre-Edouard. I really like talking to Belmar. I know I've mentioned this on the show before. One of the most heady guys in that locker room, and always gives you a good answer. Before we got to my questions, one of the other guys in there asked him about certain Philly mascot. See how she perked up over there? Let's go to Belmar here.
No. What do you think of Gritty, by the way?
Sorry?
What do you think of Gritty?
What is there to think about?
He's weird looking at.
I mean, it's when we got our mascot out there. A lot of people said that was the worst mascot in the league, and then now look at him going like a superstar. So I'm sure a lot of people have a lot of opinion about Greedy, but you know what they say about opinion, right? We all have one. Doesn't mean that it means anything.
Pierre, where are you at personally this season? Last season coming in, new franchise, new teammates, pregnant wife, not knowing where you're going to live, not knowing what to expect from the city, and you've been very vocal about how much you love this city now, how much this is your home. How do you feel this season getting ready? How much more comfortable are you for this year?
To be honest, like in the locker room, like it didn't take that long for all of us to be really tight in a group. So this is not going to change really that much. Really feel like from day one, guys were really open with each other and chirping as much as you can chirp, guys. You know, so it's kind of like the ice got broken really fast. The biggest change will be at home. Like now we're not like in the process of buying a house in September, getting in October and renovate the whole thing before and move in 28th of December when my wife is due the 28th of December. You know, we're not there. So a little bit more comfortable, I'd say. Now we're more thinking about let's buy a new couch or a new bed. Like it's small details that we're doing. So I expect that to be some kind of a helper right from the start. You know where you can come home and every day you know where you're going and you're happy to go back home and not at a hotel or at an apartment that you're renting. Then personally, I'm hockey-wise, our line's gonna have to be like last year. You know, the line that always put the system right to make sure that whatever there's a bad day by playing this way, the guys can see themselves into us. All right, the system works. Just keep following that and chipping maybe a little bit more if we can. Like I said before, I don't care if it's 7-1 and we score a goal. Our line doesn't matter. But the game where it's 2-1 under and we're tight, like have one of us being able to do something that changed the game would be what I would ask for.
Does baby have a miniature Belmar jersey yet, ready for the season?
He have one. He has one that says Papa on it. So yeah, he's not like. We're trying to be. He's a good boy. He's been really nice. So 7 o'clock is usually the time when he falls asleep. So he hasn't been to too many games, and that's okay with me.
You kind of started a trend, right?
Sorry.
He's the best, man.
Oh, he's going to be not when he's 2.
He's a good boy. He's a good boy.
So, guys, I was telling you guys off the air, a couple of weeks ago,
yeah,
right?
this is a big deal.
Yeah, about Pierre-Edouard Belmar. So yesterday, in case you missed the story, he shaved his head in support of Breast Cancer Awareness month of October. So that he said he was honoring courageous women, and it was not a publicity stunt. It was not, and I'll tell you why.
Why, somebody said it was?
No, because like it could seem a little contrived, or photo ops, or what you don't know. Right?
Negative tone.
No. I'm just being totally upfront and honest, right? So he does this endorsement deal for the Comprehensive Cancer Centers of Nevada. This was all his idea, to help to support women and cancer, and Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So he gets paid thousands of dollars as an endorsement fee. And I told you guys, right, a few weeks ago, I said, can't say anything, and I don't even know if we ever can. But, he gave his endorsement fee back, thousands of dollars to the cancer centers there. So that was really, a touching story. And, he definitely is a guy that cares about the community.
He did take his hat off in the locker room. Somebody asked him about it, and I didn't get a picture in time, but he took his hat off, and he's to the bone up there. So.
I'd like to add, as a former patient of Comprehensive Cancer Centers of Nevada,
good people over there. So I don't think he's giving it back to them, but it's probably to breast cancer, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's good
Just
all around.
donated
They're
it right
good
back.
people at that
Yep.
organization. And yeah, couldn't respect the guy more for doing what he did.
Yep. And this season, Ryan Reeves is going to be the leading scorer.
He's not.
He'll be the leading scorer on the team. That's
Before,
my favorite.
before we get away from the Knights, we do have
that jump by Ryan Reeves, though. I mean, he got some hops there. He was like 2 feet in the air.
No, I think he's gonna. He's
athletic.
He may have. You talk about guys having career highs last year, and it's never gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
12 players. 12 players.
Ryan Reeves.
I'll tell you,
Ryan Reeves.
So Reeves and
I'll
Nozick scored goals.
I'll tell you who's going to have. Okay.
Reeves not gonna have.
Reeves will have like more than 2 goals this year.
He'll have 10.
Okay.
He'll have
And
double
then
digits.
I think Pacioretty's going to have he'll have a career high.
So that's at least 3 guys right there, Tony. That's at least 3 guys going to have a career year.
No. Who else did I say?
We got Reeves, we got Nosek, we got Pacioretty.
I didn't say Nosek.
We did.
I said
it's 2-1. We win.
I said
he looks smooth.
Let's go. Let's talk to Marchessault.
It won't be 12.
We always like
It won't be
talking
12.
to Marchessault.
Relax.
He's better than talking to Tony. Let's go to Marchessault.
John, how much easier has this offseason been? Just getting ready for the year, not having to learn new teamates, throughout the entire locker room, find a place to live, all of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's been so much easier. You come in just with suitcases and your family, all your kids have their room, you have your room, and it's just so much easy. And, yeah, I mean, it's been an easy adaptation. I mean, all the staff is the same, all the players, and you got to give credit to the management. The guys that they went to get, they're guys that fit perfectly in the locker room, and they don't take too much place, and we don't have anyone here that takes too much place. So, I mean, everybody's pretty humble, and we're happy to be with each other right now.
You talked about the new guys fitting into the locker room. How important is that to have that characteristic to come in here as a new player to the team?
Oh, I mean, you can see it. In their eyes, like they're so happy to be here. I mean, they think, oh my God, our organization's so much fun. All the guys are so much fun. I never saw like a tight team like that. And I mean, it's really heartwarming when you've been in a team like that. And we're telling everybody that, but nobody believes it until you're in. So yeah, we're really happy to see that they're having as much fun as us.
Thanks, John.
Yeah.
Guys are loving it here. Pacioretty talked about just being blown away by the atmosphere and couldn't wait to get here. And, I mean, they're trying to tell everyone. Apparently they're letting all the top free agents know, hey, it's awesome here. Get down here. And
Yeah, they missed out on one who.
No, that's a trade.
Yeah, that wasn't a free
He's not a
agent.
free agent yet.
No.
We'll see if
He's a rental. Yes.
He's a rental, exactly.
But he thinks San Jose is much nicer than Vegas.
It's certainly not.
Obviously.
We've been to San Jose. It's not.
Do you want to mention the beer before your finger loses all blood?
Yes.
So it's on it because you've had your finger on that beer.
So the Bad Beat
Bad
beer.
Beat Brewing, one of our
Yes.
sponsors.
Yes.
They've got a Golden Knights beer.
Yes. Okay. And what is it called?
Well, you tell me. You got the
What did
picture.
I do to the picture?
You were holding that page for a minute.
Yeah, I screwed it up because I called you out on it.
No.
got it?
I was doing fine.
Yeah.
Bad Beat Brewing Company, and the name of the beer is Garbage Idea to Put a Team in the Desert. And then it says, cheers to our team that defied all odds to win us over in United City.
I'm
Longest
putting it in
name
the
of any
comments.
beer in the world.
I'm putting it in the comments. So
Did you get it? Did you get it all? Here.
No, I got it.
Hey,
I
let's
got
go
it.
over and
I got
check
it, I got it.
Haley. I think we have some more comments. Yeah?
We do.
Hey, Haley, how are you?
Everyone
Happy October
collectively-
3rd.
Happy October 3rd. Everyone collectively decided that Gritty is a national treasure.
He is.
Not.
I'm just kidding.
He is, though.
I
He is.
close
did.
to a
He
national
is.
treasure.
Everyone else did not. But yeah, so, there's John. By the way, garbage idea to put a team in the desert. So, Matt Evans chimed in. Bellemare blocks so many shots. He's a beast on the power play. Kristen loves seeing Reeves hit the ice.
Yes.
Matt Evans again. Reeves was making the contract seem worth it. Tiffany said Marchie. Kristen said an all-star team. Tony, here's a question. Tony, what team is tighter than the Knights?
I don't think there's any team tighter than the Knights. No, they're pretty tight. They are. They're definitely tight. And I think they got rid of someone who was not media friendly off of last year's team.
Yeah.
We won't mention Neil's name.
Oh, should I tell the story?
He's a little
I can tell
salty.
the story.
You can tell your story. Yeah, he's a salty dude.
You want to tell a story?
I mean, it's really not that good.
Come on, tell a story, John.
Well, it was. It
John
was
got
after,
called out, is what happened.
Well, it was odd. So James Neal went on that scoring drought, right? 20 games or so, or maybe, I don't know, something like that, 20 days, and he finally scored. And just an innocuous question for me, a respected journalist, innocuous question, word of the day. And I just said, hey, did it feel good to get that goal in the net and hear the crowd scream again for you?
Right.
Oh, yeah, the crowd's always great. And then, okay, thanks, James, and then walked away. And then he turned his head, or no, I went to the next player, and then I just hear this voice behind me. He's like, Christ, you're acting like I hadn't scored in 30 games. And I don't know who it is. It's James Neal. And I'm like, what? What? And he just kind of blows past me and walks out.
So it was 20 games, dude.
Yeah, I was pretty close.
Right? Yeah, it was 20
I don't know.
games.
He was a little salty.
And he was like that with the media.
Yeah.
All season. He's just a surly kind of guy. He doesn't like talking to us.
I don't hold it against him. That's just some players are like that.
They can't all be
dealt
Nate
with
Schmidt
dozens
with
of
the
them in
media.
our
You know what I mean?
Right. Well, you've dealt with dozens of them. I'm just an alleged journalist.
Right. This is true. I should have pointed it.
Real quick, speaking of Nate Schmidt,
Speaking of
McPhee
alleged
did
journalists.
mention he is in Sweden.
Sweden, right?
Yeah, he's going to be practicing
That's
with the
pretty
team
smart.
out there.
That's actually smart.
Well, yeah, McPhee talked about they tried
went
to
to Sweden.
come up with where can we send him? What can we do with him so that he stays fresh and all that. So they sent him out there. He's not going to be playing with the team, but he is going to be training with them so that he'll be game ready after that 20-game suspension is up.
Of all the fans that visited T-Mobile last year, the rowdiest crowd from Philly.
Oh, no, by far.
Say rowdy or most obnoxious?
Yeah,
Hey.
there were some bad
Same
reviews
thing.
from the Philly fans.
Yeah.
They were easily the worst group to come into Vegas.
Yeah,
Did they
got some
grease
bad...
down all the posts
And
there
you know
around
what?
T-Mobile?
It was what, 5 minutes after they won the Super Bowl, so they were all still drunk and out of their skull and just going nuts.
Nothing's going to no, that's a bad excuse.
I can go on the record with this because he said it during our show, the student show. He came in, Kerry Buchholz, the team president, used the word obnoxious when he
did.
described Philly fans. This was
did.
during an interview.
Well, so were they the most obnoxious?
Well, I think that's the ones that he
close.
remembered. So.
Absolutely.
You know what? Obnoxious, we stand. We are together. We are collectively.
Not surprising.
Philly trash.
And people give Cubs fans a hard time.
Run out
I'm
of
just
T-Mobile tomorrow.
That's
I
a good
think.
name for a beer. We are effectively
Philly trash.
Philly trash.
Philly trash.
Effectively, no.
Philly Trash
Effectively.
Brewery.
Philly trash.
Come to
Haley,
a
let's
garbage
get to
can
some more
near you.
comments. I know they're like cooking right now, right?
Yeah. So Kalen, John's
Prize student.
Yeah.
Prize.
He made him
Pride
he made him a
boy.
cake for crying out loud.
He said the only player he misses is Neil.
Yeah, he won't when he watches Patches play.
Yvonne Escalante said epic. I don't know what we're referring to when we said epic because Richard also said epic.
The beer.
Was it the beer?
Sure, the beer.
Okay. Well, the
Okay.
beer
beer's
is epic.
epic.
But wait, I have. Did we see this? Did you guys see this?
Oh, I'm glad you have that up.
Yeah.
Can we I don't know,
I'll
Rich.
play it, but you
if
won't
Rich
hear
can
the
take it.
sound.
I'm glad you mentioned it. I love
Oh, this was great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there we go.
This was
Hockey
great.
days.
Hockey days.
I mean,
it. Yeah, I know.
And
we
they're all
can't-
like
It's so-
having fun with
it's
it.
so perfect.
Put the volume up on your laptop. I'm sure that'll work, right? There we go.
You got to wait. I mean, Carlson at the end.
You can't talk or else it's going to go over the Put the volume up on your laptop.
That's the font at the end. Great.
That's the best piece
Carlson
of video I've
Fonz
seen
was
from
He
the
did
team.
the
amazing.
fonts. He did the
Yeah.
fonts.
He did the. Hey, I mean, come on. That was great.
It was pretty epic.
Pretty
The
good.
font.
The
Sid.
Fonz, the hey.
Yeah, that's it.
Am I still
best.
salty because they steal all my tweets? No, not at all.
Did you
No,
produce
that's
the
not- that's not mine.
Hockey Days video?
No, that was not
Okay,
mine.
thanks.
But we will note it.
That one's not his.
We will note it when they steal my tweets.
All right, here we go, Tony. Tomorrow night, opening up. What do you
Yep.
got? Opening day.
4-3 Philly.
You gotta love it, man. Right off the bat. Right off the
I'll
bat.
I'll say this: if Gritty comes down to
Yeah,
T-Mobile Arena, then I give the slight edge to Philadelphia. But outside of
The
that,
place
no,
would
it's
go
all
nuts.
Golden Knights.
The place would go nuts.
It
But
would.
somebody
They're
They're gonna go nuts.
Somebody pointed out to me today.
When Chance runs that dude over.
No, how about this? Someone
And all
pointed
his
out to me
squeakers go
today
flying out.
that Bill Foley would probably never allow Gritty in the building. He wouldn't. There's no way. There's no way that Gritty would make it inside.
No, because what would Gritty do? He'd hype up all the stupid Philly fans.
I think it
that are
would
gonna
be
out.
awesome.
Which, you know what? Honestly, there's not going to be very many Philly fans there.
It's good when there are. It's good when there are.
Not like last season.
No,
It's
not like
opening
last
night.
As many as last season.
Fans
but-
aren't going to get rid of their tickets for opening night like you've seen in the. I mean, last
And I
season
saw
there
the
were 25 Arizona fans there. Granted, it's Arizona, but still.
I say under the point total though. I do.
What's the total?
101.5. I think.
Oh,
under.
yeah.
I just think it's more
point
balanced.
total.
I
I
it's more
think they
balanced
go
in the
over, but I wouldn't
Pacific
bet
and the
it.
West.
I think they go over, but I wouldn't bet it. Under 109, but over 109.
They're going to win. You were talking about the game.
They're going to win.
They're going to win tomorrow
They're gonna
night. I mean,
I think it's 3-0
the
after
banner
one.
ceremony, 2 banners, not 1 banner.
Right.
2 banners, and you know they're going to do something that has to do with October 1st.
Yeah.
Maybe they lower the Vegas shooting
This
banner
team has
and raise that
responded-
one up too. So
Yeah.
3 banners.
This
you
team
know.
has responded to every big moment that they've faced so far when it comes to pregame stuff, when it comes to tragedy, to whatever it is. This team has responded to everything.
I
don't see tomorrow night being any different.
I think we need to point out as well the Golden Knights out in the community on October 1st and supporting the community, which I thought was awesome. Again, they've always been there for the town, and then with the first responders, with the Raiders players on Tuesday, and we saw Ryan Reeves next to who was that of the Raiders, where he looked like a little midget.
Markel Lee, isn't it crazy how
small?
That was the first time I was ever on an NFL field. That's the first thing I noticed was how big these guys are. I mean, I always tell the story. I'm standing next to Ted Washington. You guys remember Ted Washington,
Sure.
right? Huge defensive tackle. Next to him is Warren Sapp. I can't see Warren Sapp. Ted Washington just
Massive.
like a mountain, just dwarfed
What,
Warren Sapp.
375? I mean, he was
Huge. Yeah, I think he was 6'7", 6'8".
it's
Yeah,
like
pushing
3
4. I mean,
yeah,
the guys,
375.
these guys are huge. When Markel Lee's standing there next to Reeves and Reeves looks small, it's pretty nuts.
My Yankees won. That's okay. Okay. In other news.
Yeah. Now that the show's almost over, let's move on from the Golden Knights.
Yes, let's move on. Let's talk Raider Nation. So
All right.
the Raiders defeat the Browns Sunday 45-42. So the beer fridges are locked once again. in
3
Cleveland.
and 1. 3 and 1.
No, the last 2
I'm
drives.
sorry, 1 and 3.
The last 2 drives. The last 2 drives by
It should be
Derek
3-1,
Carr
actually.
and the Raiders' offense were really. I thought the last couple of drives were ones that could be a turning point in the season. I really do. I thought that he just picked things up. They picked up the speed of the game. He threw not only the touchdown, but the pass was complete on the 2-point conversion. And then he led the team on the drive, the winning drive for the field goal in overtime. And that's the best that Carr has played, in my estimation, in a while in the clutch.
I have to see it again because there were a lot of moments. in that
Don't
game.
be so negative.
No,
dude.
it's not negativity.
Go
It's
ahead, man.
being realistic. This team, yeah, they scored 45 points, but how many times were they given the ball inside the 15? Because they had the pick 6 first of all.
Yeah, that was good. Gary and Conley.
Baker Mayfield had 2 fumbles inside of the 20 or inside the 15.
Right.
That resulted in Raider scores. So they were gifted some really good field position, which they were last in the league in starting field position going into this game. So they finally got the benefit of the turnovers and the good field position, and they turned it into points. Like you said, maybe that does get them rolling in the right direction, but I want to see that. I want to see Carr have that consistency because not even from game to game, from quarter to quarter, he's been very erratic this season.
But with the game on the line, I just thought he played exceptionally well.
Is he listening to you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
No, with the game on the line.
He did, yeah.
Played very, very well.
That was his calling card in 2016.
Right.
I mean, this team was so clutch down the stretch, fourth quarter, overtimes, just all these late game situations, and Carr was the one that was always at the front of that. We haven't seen it since until the other day. So hopefully this game's going to be tough because San Diego can score and the Raiders cannot generate a pass rush to save their life. They did get to Baker Mayfield a little more the other day.
Yeah.
But they're still one of the worst teams in the league
You talk
at
about
rushing the passer.
You talk about a game that covered the gamut of emotions. I was watching it with Scott Branson, Silver and Black Today, and like it was just back and forth, and it was a really good game at the end, right? But yeah, like neither team could take total control. The Raiders go down by 14 in the game, and they battle back. Mo Hurst played very well. I thought defensively, 3 tackles, 3 pressures, forced fumble, and he batted down a pass.
Could be the steal of the draft when it's all said and done.
So explain to me how they got that first down, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
So you told me
it's
that
almost as
every call
confusing
goes
as the
against the
index
Raiders.
card.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. Do you remember the index card play with Dallas last year?
Yeah.
Where they didn't make it, the card fit, but they decided, well, we'll just give it to them anyways. This year, I didn't think there was and here's the thing, earlier in the game was over.
I thought the game
Everybody
was over.
thought it was over.
Earlier in that game, Jarvis Landry caught a pass
right
on third down that looked like it was short. They gave him a good spot. You look at the replay, and he caught the ball in front of the line to gain. You could see it on the replay. He was tackled before the line to gain. They didn't overrule the spot. They said, nope, first down. And then you get this play where it looked even closer. There was even less evidence, in my opinion, to overturn the call. And for whatever reason, they overturned the call. I've basically just given up on NFL referees. Did you see the Arden Key penalty?
Yeah, the Arden Key roughing the passer penalty.
Arden Key comes in on Mayfield.
That was a crazy
throws
penalty.
his hands up and bumps him like this,
Pretty
trying
much-
to stay away from
he
him.
pretty much
No,
did
he
this,
didn't even touch him with his hands.
and then he just backed
his
off.
chest bumped him.
Yes,
like,
and he backed off.
Didn't mean to touch you. And they threw a rough. We need to change the
next.
This is not
the
roughing.
next play, they knew they blew the call. Next play was a holding call against Cleveland. An obvious makeup call.
What is roughing? Does anybody understand that term? Do NFL referees understand the term roughing? Because this is no longer a roughing the passer penalty. This should be called touching the passer. You touched the passer penalty.
Yeah, so that Carlos Hyde play was definitely the one, the biggest play of the game, because it looked as though he appeared at first to get the first down.
They gave him the first down originally. I can't believe they overturned
and
it.
they had to overturn it for the Raiders to get the ball back.
Yeah.
And that's when, you could just see Derek Carr, who was really miffed at himself in the previous the series.
As he should have been.
Yeah, he was very upset with himself, and you saw him just so mad. That would have been the end of the game, and that's one that they stole there. But
Should have had Jordy Nelson for an easy touchdown earlier in the game, and he hits him in the feet. I mean, that's the thing. It's quarter to quarter. Derek Carr has not been consistent enough to this point.
What about you're talking about that pass that he short armed?
Yeah, it looked like he was playing beer pong.
And he just short armed it.
I mean,
he just kind of choked it.
Yeah, that was.
So that was early on in the game, and it was wide open on
Needs
the
to be more consistent, man.
on the slant, just straight over the middle. Marshawn Lynch over 100 yards, right?
He still
spun
looks-
out of a
he
couple
still
tackles.
looks great.
He looks
He
fresh,
looked as though
doesn't he?
he was headed to pay dirt. Really, that was a play that cost them 70 yards and a score. Why did the officials blow that play dead?
I don't know, but they gave it back to the Browns later on in the game when they called Derek Carr in the grasp. The ball was out before he was ever in any grasp. That should have been a touchdown going the other way for the Browns. They ruled him down without him ever being down. I mean, they're just all over the place. They don't know. They don't know what a tackle is anymore. They don't know what a penalty is anymore. It's a mess.
What's up with Donald Penn? Okay, so he suffers a groin injury. He's in and out. Now he's out again.
He had to be hurt all season.
They signed Ian Silberman, who had
put
been
him
with
on
the
the IR.
Titans, right, on the practice squad. But that offensive line early in the game, they were just getting pushed back. Everyone. And then did you catch where Hudson was knocked down? He's knocked down on the play, right? And Carr was under duress. And then Carr goes over to help Hudson up off the ground, off the turf. And he just goes like this, like he didn't want his help to get up. So there's a lot of frustration. There's a lot of frustration, yeah. And they didn't really play that point of the game up, but it was so obvious. And the O-line was just getting pushed back. And I don't know what they're going to do there. That's an obvious concern. Obviously, lack
Right
of
tackle
defensive
has been the question
pressure.
mark all offseason.
Right.
We talked about right tackle. They moved Penn over to try to fix that because he's not going to be able to play left tackle anymore, and it's still not fixed, and now he's out. We'll see if Brandon Parker can step up.
Yeah.
The third-round draft pick from the season.
And Colton Miller's hurt, too. They reported today that he was dinged.
A lot of the guys are banged up. We'll see. Friday's the big day. You see how everybody comes out on the report on Friday. That's when everybody's banged up on Tuesday,
So you're going
Wednesday.
to Carson? You going down there?
I'll be down there covering the game for Silver and Black today, yeah. I'll be out there. Looking forward to that. I'm kind of excited to see how much silver and black is down there. Did you see San Francisco game the other day in Carson? There was a sea of red in that stadium.
There are no Charger fans in LA.
There's none left.
It's incredible. It doesn't matter who they play. When they were in San Diego, the Raiders took over that stadium. I can only imagine what it's going to look like on Sunday.
Now, what about at the Oakland Coliseum? Fans bailed out on the Raiders. They bailed out.
Well, the game was over.
Yes,
that's why. When they called first down, game was over.
Everyone
Literally,
left.
it was
Yes,
2 kneel downs
true,
and the game was over.
True, but they just
That's
bailed
why.
out, and I'm sure that a lot of those folks were in the parking lot trying to get back in the stadium.
Yeah, never leave a game early.
Haley, let's check in with you.
What's up?
What's up?
All right, we're talking. We're chit-chatting. We got, before, I do want to talk football, but I need to address him because he chimed in. Vegas Ron.
Hey,
he
what's
didn't
up,
say
Vegas
anything
Ron?
controversial, though. He just said Flyers win 4-2, Drew 2 goals, Voracek and Courtier. So.
All right.
Is it Vegas Ron or Philly Ron or I hate women's basketball Ron? Which one is it?
All of the above.
Not a big women's basketball fan.
Did you see the report, San Francisco Chronicle, coming out talking about the Raiders at
Sam Boyd, bring him down.
No. It didn't say Sam Boyd. It said,
come on, we're all ready.
University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
So
it didn't say where.
Did it hyphenate it properly? No,
they just put the comma.
Right.
Silver and Black Today got it from a.
When was the last time we were called Nevada, Las Vegas?
Do I want to say source? I hate using source because it's become a punchline.
Oh, your sources.
Silver and Black
Your
Today got it
sources.
from, we'll just say, a good friend in the organization. We'll call it that.
A high-ranking official? Is that,
we'll just say
what it is?
Sam Boyd is not happening next season.
Okay.
They're not going to play at Sam Boyd. As much as we'd all like to see it, the Raiders are not going to play at Sam Boyd.
Here we go.
next season.
What about an exhibition game there? Preseason.
Well, that's
I would love to see that.
Preseason.
Yeah.
We got to see preseason here. It's got to happen. It's got to happen.
That'd be fun, but
So hold on.
even that I don't know. I really don't know.
What did the San Francisco article say?
That they were
Great question.
coming here.
Thanks, Hale.
That they
were going to play at Sam Boyd.
Fact?
So the Bay Area media has the Bay Area media is extremely salty when it comes to the Raiders. They're all over the Raiders in the most negative way. They're more angry about the team leaving than the fans are. Yeah. So whatever ridiculous story they can dredge up is essentially what's happening now.
Let's talk, shift gears, talk UNLV football. The Rebels will have to go the rest of the way without quarterback Armani Rogers. Now, on last week's show on the radio, CBS Sports 11:40 a.m., someone had mentioned that they felt as though Armani Rogers would be out for 3 or more games.
We talked a lot about turf toe.
Yes.
And how bad that injury can be, how long that can keep you out.
Yeah. So I saw Armani today. It was the left foot, so it's in a boot. And again, with your big toe, and I kept asking around some of the players when they felt, because Armani went back to the huddle after he got hurt and never said a word to anyone. And maybe it was an adrenaline rush or what have you, but he just continued to play, never complained to one soul. So none of the players knew until after the game and then on the flight home that he got hurt. But I think it was on that play where Gillum had to come into the game and spell him for a couple of plays when Rogers was hurt and injured and hit out of bounds. What I can say is that I think that Gillum will bring some balance now to the offense, right? And I think he's going to be throwing the intermediate passes. He's good. He's good at that. He can pinpoint.
This might be a blessing in disguise. I mean, I hate to go that far, but I mean that's what you have a running game. You don't need a quarterback to run.
It's going to be
with UNLV football.
If you're a wide
you know what it's
receiver
gonna
on
be?
this team, you got to be excited.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're the
If
best
he can throw the
blocking.
ball,
They're the
He
can.
can't be worse than Rogers.
They're the
I mean, I don't want
wide
to.
receiving
I don't want to knock
core
the
I've
kid
seen.
down.
They block all the time.
21.
5. I think it was 5.
5 of 21.
5
you're
of 23.
5.
Yeah.
Boy, my math is off.
Disgusting for
I
21
was trying
yards.
to
I
give
think
him
that's where the
credit.
21 was. It's terrible.
Yeah.
That was
So
terrible.
it's going to be the new Lexico games because Lex is going to take over.
Yeah.
He's good for 200.
New Mexico starting quarterback. Out.
Yeah, their first 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah, they're done.
Are done.
They're bad. This is
So-
a good game for you to get your backup
right?
Should be
quarterback
good.
in.
3-2.
and
I think we
get
will
him
see
going.
a little bit more than the run option is what we're getting at this
Yeah.
week.
The run punt option.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Get your gloves on, receivers. You might actually catch a few today.
By the way, Gabe McCoy, UNLV junior linebacker, will be joining us Saturday morning, 8:15 a.m. on the radio show on CBS Sports Radio, 11:40 a.m. And that show airs from 8 to 10 a.m. So that's the New Mexico game Saturday. It'll be an afternoon affair at 1 o'clock? I think 1 o'clock. The Rebels,
1 o'clock, yes.
11 sacks, and And McCoy now leads the conference with 7.5 tackles for loss.
What? Did you? My eyes just went.
Yeah.
When's the last time a Rebel did anything like that leads some defensive category, except
Tim
like
Skipper.
punt returns or punts? Remember when we had an All-American punter? What was that kid's? I know Cunningham
okay.
was. Who was the last guy? Was an All-American punter?
Oh,
he like
geez.
kicked it 70 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, yes, and then we just
you
have
can take the call.
Yeah, we
No,
have
I gotta
UNLV hoops news.
Oh, you're just
So-
gonna leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So big day tomorrow. Josh Green will be making his decision where he's going to be attending college. A 5-star wingman, probably headed to North Carolina, they say. But now, is Midnight Loot still there at Arizona? Because Arizona now says that they have the inside track. In any event, his brother Jay is a Rebel, but it doesn't appear as though Josh Green, who is an all-star, 5-star wingman who goes to IMG Academy, will be headed here. So I don't think that's going to happen.
Money.
And then
Money
the,
on the table. Sorry. Sorry.
money in
Sources.
Arizona sources.
Sources.
The Viva Lights closing out the season at home next week on 10/10. That's next Wednesday. You can purchase a party pass for all you can
All
drink
you
beer.
can drink. Yep.
Yep. That
20
game
bucks.
will be $20 and $10 for season ticket holders
Ah.
against the Phoenix Rising FC. Post-match autograph session. The Lights close out the season 1 week from Saturday on October the 13th. On the road, but they've been able to sustain the crowds, and you got to give them a lot of credit
Matt's gone.
for what
Yeah.
they've done.
Matt's wife
Matt's
landed. She's
gone.
watching the
But
show.
I got wait. We're wrapping
Matt,
up the show.
Matt took off his mic, so
Haley?
he can't say anything else.
Oh, this is great, Haley.
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
You good?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, yeah.
Are your Flyers
out.
going to win?
Huh?
Are your Flyers going to win tomorrow night?
Hmm.
No, you don't know. Okay. So again, thanks to our sponsors, Michael Westra and Allstate Insurance, locally 702-435-4211. And The Pint on Charleston and Wallapai. We'll see you Saturday morning on the radio. We can see people. They can see us on Facebook Live, right? But, yeah, we'll be on from 8 to 10, CBS Sports, 11:40 a.m. For the entire crew, we'd like to say goodnight for Haley Brooks, for Matt Gutierrez, for John Castanino, for Richard Giacomino.
We're not done yet because I think we're going to have sponsor ads at the end of the show, too. So make sure
So
that
stay
everybody
tuned. Stay tuned.
stay
Yes.
tuned.
I'm Tony Cardasco. Good night from Las Vegas on the Sports Adrenaline Show. Take care.
Drink, dine, and play at the Pint during the pro football season. Join us all day Sunday plus Monday and Thursday nights as we serve up the best specials on the West Side. $2 all-beef hot dogs, $3 beers from locally made Bad Beat Brewing, $15 buckets of Bud Light, and sound for every Raider game. Our carefully crafted menu and loose slots create a locals atmosphere you'll love, plus awesome parties during every Golden Knights game. The Pint, located at 9941 West Charleston near Wallapai. The Pint, your premier neighborhood bar. In life, just like in football, you need good hands to score. The Michael Westra Allstate Agency will carry you to success for every insurance need. Auto, business, home, life. Michael will personally see you get the best rates, and our full-service staff at 702-435-4211 will walk you through any claim, not refer you to an 800 number. For over 15 years, Michael has served charities in Las Vegas. He's ready to serve you at 702-435-4211, 702-435-4211.